Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Girls Like Nerds. Thank you so much for joining me again. I am here today with Gia. He is my photographer, videographer, nerdy friend, probably reluctant nerdy friend. I've known him for so many years. But I thought it'd be fun to bring him on because I feel like we always have these like really fun nerdy conversations. Like in the middle of the night, I'll just message you and be like, hey, what is this? What does this mean? I remember this. Like, can you look into this? And he'll just give me all the tea on all the weird, nerdy conversations I don't want to have. But we actually just went to see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 opening night. And because it was such a great movie, I thought I'd bring him on and we could talk a little bit about it and give a little recap. Did you like the movie at all? Or?
Love the movie. Definitely
loved
10.
the movie.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorite
10 out
Marvel
of 10.
movies. Great movie. Sad.
One of your favorite
Good
Marvel
action.
movies, period. Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's
For
big.
sure. Guardians, like I said, before in previous conversations we have had, but didn't know, because I grew up on comic books, didn't really know anything about them. I was kind of like, what the heck? Why are they making this group?
Right.
They're not even really popular. They should make
Who are
someone
those guys?
else. So many other good teams on Marvel they could make. But obviously Guardians is really great. All the series are really good.
I know, it's so good. I feel like because I hadn't seen the Guardians movies in a while, I actually just rewatched the first two at home on Disney Plus and just kind of like get recaps of what was going on before I actually watched the third one. I was crying, man. It was like so sad. I was forgetting how sad it was. That first one was sad. That first Guardians was really fucking sad. And then the second one I thought was like okay-ish, but I liked it.
It was sad. It was sad at the end.
Oh, it was extremely sad at the end.
It was yonder.
Yeah, if you're not crying at the end. By the way, you're probably going to get some spoiler alerts for this. So if you haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm warning you because we're going to be talking about it.
Yeah, definitely spoilers for the whole movie because we're giving everything away.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know if we should start to finish, but I think I'm just going to throw in like some of my favorite parts about the Volume 3 movie. I feel like I loved Nebula in this.
Yeah, Nebula really grew to be one of my favorite characters.
Right?
Just overall across, as she was in the different movies like Infinity War and Endgame, she grew to be one of my more favorite characters in the universe.
Yeah, I feel like I really kind of saw her as more of like a person,
Yeah.
as opposed to just like angry.
Like,
and, like,
she's such a bitch before and just constantly trying to kill, Gamora, and she's
she
kind
had
of
such
like
a one-sided mission for such a long time, and now she's just like so worldly and like almost loving in a sense. Like that
and also just once, I think her name is Karen Gilliam or Taryn Gilliam, the actress. Once I found out she was in Jumanji,
I know.
then made me kind of like her even more
She's in
because I seen Jumanji before, didn't know that was her, and then when I went back and watched Jumanji again, the two of them, it's like just made me kind of you still see a little bit of Nebula in
Yeah,
there,
no, right? A little bit.
Yeah, so it was just kind of like that really made me like her a little bit
Even more. Yeah, I already liked her as an actor. I feel like I liked her even more there. There's that scene, I guess it's kind of in the beginning actually, when they're in nowhere and Star-Lord is like drunk off his ass and like passed out, and Nebula like carries him to bed and like puts him to sleep. And he grabs her. He's like, I love you, Gamora.
Yeah.
It was like the look on her face. It kind of broke my heart a little bit because it was almost like she was. I thought I was tripping. I was like, "Does she have like feelings for him?" Like, what's
I don't think she was having feelings for him. To me, it was more like she felt bad for him because she knew how much she loved Gamora, and since her and the original Gamora became like so close as sisters, she's still mourning the loss of that Gamora, probably still too. So she probably feels his hurt in a certain way because she doesn't really feel pain in it like a normal person because she's a robot and she's mean.
Just all those fighting scenes, like, damn, Red she was getting broken up so many times and just kept getting back together. I was like, ouch.
Yeah, well, that's kind of out, throughout the whole movies, they've shown multiple times that that's one of her things. And even like.
They did it a lot this movie.
I think it was when they go back in time, I forget which one was that. I think that was Infinity War. Or no, that's Endgame. When they go back in time, Thanos has her all stretched out, and stuff, and she's just all her eyes popped out, and so I think that's one of her unique powers that I do like is that she can just get her neck broke and just all come back together.
You'll
and
have
stuff.
her jaw be like all
that's
just,
great.
Like, put that shit back.
That'd be awesome to be able to do that.
I'm like, don't that hurt? Like every time I see it, I'm like, ouch.
Yeah, I'm wondering if she does feel pain on that, but she just kind of takes it because she's been through so much pain already.
So, right? Yeah. And then the guy. Okay, so who was the guy, the gold guy with the stone on his head? Who is that guy?
That's Adam Warlock.
Warlock, right.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy's so powerful.
Yeah.
coming out of nowhere.
Well, he's in the comic books. He's definitely one of the more powerful characters for sure. He's
Okay.
like godlike power. I mean, he's one of the guys that was able to defeat Thanos in the comic books Infinity War saga.
Right.
You know, he had a whole other. He was like one of the main characters in that. You know, through it. So they took him out and obviously entirely the Infinity Wars.
Yeah.
I like that actor. I think he's a cool actor
too,
and stuff.
yeah.
I just wish that it would have been more like the character in the comic books because it was more serious and and it's a lot different and
Oh, they kind of made him like kind of funny and goofy.
yeah, it's a little more goofy side, you know,
Yeah.
which is fine. You know, that got to
I
have
feel like
some
it
of
works
that.
for the movie, but I see what you mean if it was like supposed
I
to
just
be
thought,
serious
I
stuff.
was wondering how they were gonna, entangle him in the movie because from the previous from one when they or was it two? I think it was when they fought him and they were like the Sovereign wanted to go and have revenge and they were gonna make them. I thought he was gonna have a bigger role. Like they could have really made a whole movie just him fighting him.
I know. I really thought he was gonna like. Honestly, once his mom died, I thought he was gonna like not give a fuck about getting Rocket to the guy at all. I thought he was just gonna be like, okay, I don't even care about this. I don't want to be involved in this anymore. Who cares? But he was like still trying to. I was like, dang, bro.
Yeah, I thought his humanity was really gonna because I thought he was gonna really want to go after the main villain after his mom died, but he still was like kind of like.
But
going
he was
after
still
them,
on the same mission. Like, I was like, you
Yeah.
gotta let that go now. There's no
you gotta
point
let
at
it
this
go.
point now. What the fuck?
fighting the wrong people.
Yeah, I liked. One, I actually did not think that I was going to see Gamora in this at all because I was like, wait, at the beginning of the movie, she just wasn't there. And then they were talking like she died. And I was like, wait, I know she died, but she's still a lot. Other one's still here.
Yeah, from
like, where the
Endgame,
fuck
she
is
came back
right?
in Endgame.
Yeah, so then we finally get to see her, and it's like, it's just like a totally different Gamora that I'm like,
Well, yeah, it kind of is,
yeah,
because
I feel like I lost the one I liked too.
she's still Gamora from whatever it is, like 10 years prior, you
Yeah.
know.
And she
No,
was
it might be
so-
even longer because I forget what time they came from. I think they came from I forget what time it was. I forget where it was, because they came to the future to fight the Avengers and then in Endgame, and then she stayed when they all disappeared,
Yeah.
and then she just went on her own thing. But so yeah, she's like she still has a little bit of that hardness, and she didn't because no matter what, she was still kind of like hard like Gamora,
Right.
that version of her, and so she didn't get all the softness that she got from being with Quill all that time and being like
Yeah.
with a real family.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, she's still so like hard.
yeah,
to, it's hard to talk
she's
to.
tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's still kind of tough.
That scene when I don't know, I was thinking about that scene when they're on that like planet that's alive and they're like cutting
Yeah.
a hole in it trying to actually sneak inside and he's just Star-Lord's just like Quill's like staring at her. And it was like he turns the music off, it's so quiet, and I'm like, this is like really awkward. And then he just starts talking to her. I was like,
Yeah, that's one thing, because a lot of people get mad at the movies, because if there's too much comedy, but James Gunn really does comedy right, just enough and just the banter with them and how they're,
Yeah,
the
it
blue
felt
button
so
means the green
relatable,
button, the red
yeah.
button means the blue button, that was all
it's like,
great.
see, that's obvious. Like that wasn't obvious. That was so not clear. Yeah, and she was just like, he's like, well, maybe I miss her so much, and maybe if you could be open to it, then we could try something. She's like, I don't think so. And she said so many times, I was like, damn girl, really? Like, you really don't want to try this out at all? Like, that's kind of fucked up.
Well, it took him a long time to
To even get to the point that they had gotten to before she died.
to really break
Yeah,
her down
yeah.
to really care for him
Yeah.
and stuff and she missed out on all the stuff defeating that one purple guy with the stone in the first one and stuff,
Yeah,
and that was a
yeah.
big pivotal thing of showing how
Oh,
brave
that's
Peter
right,
was,
yeah.
and she saw that. But that's how you could kind of see there's a little bit of that when he was being brave, and then Gamora was like, "Wow, man, you are kind of a brave guy. You're
Yeah.
not just some idiot,
Yeah.
But it just wasn't enough because there was still much more time that they
Yeah,
spent
there's
together.
too many years in between of
Yeah,
them.
because they were on the ship together for
developing
so
a
long,
relationship, yeah.
and
She learned everything about his dad. It was like they really delved deep into falling in love, and now she really did fucking die. Like if you think about it, but it was almost like I also feel like he got a chance to kind of say like goodbye to her, if that makes sense. Like he almost got,
yeah, at least he
some
got
closure,
that.
yeah.
As opposed to he didn't get that before,
Right.
really.
and that's why he was just like so miserable and sad all the time and drinking himself into a fucking stupor.
I mean, he kind of deserves his pain because it was his fault that the snap happened. Technically, because they had Thanos, in their grasp, and because Peter was mad because he killed him, he started hitting him in the face and broke him out of Mantis's, spell.
That's right.
So it's Peter's fault that the snap
Oh
happened.
fuck, I forgot about.
If that didn't happen, they would have got the glove off him, and they would have probably stopped him. So because Peter was stupid.
I forgot about that.
All this shit happened,
I don't know why does that keep fucking happening, bro? Who are you? You're not even a god anymore. You stop doing
Yeah,
that.
so it's like, I don't really feel sorry for him in that sense because
Wow, savage, huh?
he kind
I
of
really
deserves
feel-
he kind of deserves some shit.
I mean,
Kind of deserves it.
no,
Yeah,
I don't
he's an
know.
idiot.
Okay, I'll give you that, but he doesn't know. It's so sad.
That's why I like that scene in when they go back in time and Rhodey, War Machine is with Nebula, and they're looking at him dance. From the first movie, he's doing that thing. He's like, he's an idiot. It's like, yeah, he's an idiot.
Yeah.
It's like he's all so he's an idiot. He's like, yeah, he's an idiot.
Did try to tell you. Yeah. Yeah.
And then
that was-
even when she goes, it was either between Gamora and Endgame. He was all, well, it was either him or a tree.
Yeah.
And he's
She's
like,
like,
really?
This guy? She's like, well, it was either him or a tree. But then you end up really liking Groot a lot, actually.
Yeah.
So this is a conversation that Eric and I think kind of touched on a little bit after we saw the movie the other day. And here's my idea of Groot when I was watching this movie. Because all he says is, I'm Groot, right? First of all, cool. I like Vin Diesel. Awesome, whatever. Why the fuck is he Groot? Like, that could be anybody. Anybody could say that.
But Vin Diesel has that. I'm not a fan of Vin Diesel, but he still has the voice. The deep voice.
Does he? It's called auto-tune. I don't know. Like,
He has a
don't
star
press-
clout. So
I guess.
I mean, technically, I guess anyone could do the voice, but it's still Vin Diesel, man.
Yeah, no, I don't
It's
know.
about family.
It kind of bothered me.
It's
Is
about
it-
family.
is it- oh God. Okay. No. I fucking. So I thought it was interesting because I was like, okay, the new Gamora didn't understand what Groot was saying at all, right? Whereas
No.
everybody else already did. And then she was like, at one point, she was like, you guys are just making up what he's saying, right? Like, there's no way you even know what he's saying. And then at the end of the movie, he says, I'm Groot. And she was like, she just got it. And she kind of caught herself off guard because she was like, oh shit, I actually understood that. So then I was like, okay, so maybe it's one of those things where if he, and that could be part of his like race or something, I don't know, but when you befriend him or when he like trusts you enough, in a sense,
Then you understand what he's
then
saying.
you understand exactly what he's saying. Even though it sounds like I am Groot, you actually do understand exactly what he's saying.
I think that's a great theory. I feel like it from that base of what it is, I feel like that's 100% true. But then if you're gonna take all the stories and then Thor said he learned how to speak Groot, like in high school or
Right,
whatever,
right.
back on Asgard, whatever they call their high school, so they
So
could
what
understand
does
them
that
without
mean?
being their
Yeah.
friends. So, but that kind of makes sense what you're saying too. So maybe it's both. I don't know.
And maybe it's both. It's because Thor's God, and it's easier for him to. I'm throwing ideas out there. I don't even fucking know. But then
I
at
think
the
that's
end
a
of
great
the
idea.
movie,
I think that's a feasible idea that could possibly be the case.
I feel like I think I just like that idea in my mind a lot. We can talk to James about this. I feel like, yeah, but then at the end of the movie, he says, what do you say? I love you guys or something, right?
Yeah.
I love you. But it's we here, I love you, because that's what he says. So then I'm like, oh my God, it's like we're friends now because we've been through this journey together for so long. Now we're friends with Groot. so
Which
we
I
can
didn't
all understand
catch.
what
You
he's
brought
saying.
that up, and I was like, "That's a good point," because I was thinking, maybe they just said it, as a final goodbye to the fans. Let
Mm-hmm.
us hear Groot say, something other than "I'm Groot." But I think it's more what you said, and which I didn't think at all and pick up at all. But it's definitely like, okay, no, now the audience is family, so we can hear
that's
them.
what it is. I feel like
Yeah.
there's a deeper meaning
Yeah,
behind
that was
right?
pretty impactful.
That was like
that was pretty amazing.
the only other line Vin Diesel ever said.
Yeah. Except when he said, "We are Groot."
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, in the first one, he
Sure.
said that.
What the fuck?
So
You got 2 lines the whole movie. How do you get credit? I
Yeah.
don't know why it bothers me so much. I'm like, that could have been everything. I think at the end of the movie, I had like a couple Manhattans at this point. So I was really feeling this theory a lot. And I don't know why I was so passionate about Vin Diesel being in this goddamn movie. And then I said something at the bar when I was like, oh,
Not a
anybody
fast-
could do that. I could do that. I could do that. I'm Groot. And I was like, poor Eric, he started busting out laughing.
that was a great moment. I wish everyone could have
I'm
seen
like,
that.
see? I could do this too. I could have been anybody up there.
You convinced me that you could do it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Anyway, that was my Groot theory that I thought was kind of interesting, and
Yeah.
I'm curious.
That's
what,
good.
When you guys see this movie, I'm curious what your thoughts on that are also, because I feel like it was such an in-depth kind of character, and even at the end of the movie, how old was he supposed to be, Groot? Because
Yeah,
that was like
obviously,
a whole
obviously
different
some
fucking.
time has passed, and so they're a unit, and even that one of the little kids that they rescue becomes part of their
Mm-hmm.
team. So he's obviously, it's maybe like, I don't know, a year, maybe a year later, so later. So he's grown up, and
Yeah, it's not
now
supposed
he's
to be like teenage Groot.
now he's like
Is
Optimus
that what that
Prime
was?
Groot.
Yeah, it's
Groot.
huge.
Yeah, he's huge.
But like the OG Groot in the first one, like didn't look like that. So I'm just like,
Well,
was that the,
well, they are two different characters, they said. So this wasn't like that Groot. This is like definitely like a new Groot. So
because
that
after he died and
he
when
died.
He
That
replanted
Groot
him?
from the first episode, he did die. So this was more like his son.
Okay, because his
So-
Rocket replanting him was actually just a different group.
Yeah,
altogether.
that is a different
Okay,
group.
that makes sense.
Yeah, because everyone's like wondering why is Groot all buff and he wasn't buff in the other one? Because it is a different
Oh,
group.
I didn't realize.
Yeah, it's a different group.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not the same
wow.
group.
Prove me wrong. Okay.
Yeah, which makes it sad because that Groot did die. Then you're thinking,
Yeah, what
okay,
the
at least
fuck?
Groot
Yeah.
survived. No,
I'm
he
already
died.
thinking he was still hanging out there. But
No, he died.
he died. for
That's
that.
why
Oh my
new
God.
Groot was a little shit because it wasn't old Groot.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they had to kind of like retrain him almost.
Yeah, and that's why he was all buff because they wanted to emphasize, yeah, he is different.
Jacked. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't realize. I was like, oh, he's like a teenager now. I don't know.
Yeah, like a teenager.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know too much about the Groots, but obviously that they all come in different shapes and sizes. That's
Yeah.
why he looked like, Mega Groot.
Like, it literally looked like fucking Optimus
Yeah, he
Prime.
was
over here.
huge.
I was like, hello.
Yeah, but that team, that little girl, I saw someone on someone's YouTube video, the one with the
Juke
white
Juke
hair
girl?
at
Yeah.
the end as part of their team. She goes on to be like a greater character. I think they said, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, that she becomes like a Marvel character, like Miss Marvel character too.
Yeah, she's supposed to be kind of like a main character.
Yeah, she becomes really powerful, and I think they said that she dons, at least in the comic book, if I read right, that she dons the Miss Marvel character, like the persona of that.
Okay, because it kind of looked like, and when I was looking at some of the video footage of her character in the comic books, she kind of looked like she had the Miss Marvel
Yeah.
outfit on a little bit, right?
Yeah, I didn't catch that, but yeah, probably.
Yeah. Isn't it Marvel? Isn't it Marvel?
Well, Marvel was Jude Law's, I think, character, but Marvel was an actual character in the comic books, and they pronounced it Mar-Vel,
Right.
So
is
then
Captain Marvel Marvel? Or is it Marvel?
Marvel.
It is Marvel.
Yeah, and then
Right.
Captain Marvel is what Brie Larson is.
Okay. 'Cause I was like, wait, what the fuck?
But
Are they saying
Marvel was
that
a different character entirely
right? Okay.
in the comic books.
Oh, so Bree's character is
Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Okay, I was confusing myself over
Yeah.
there. I was like, they're not saying it right. What the hell? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I fucking love that movie. Oh my god, can we talk about poor Rocket? Oh my god.
Yeah,
Rocket
that
being
was tragic.
fucking tortured as a little baby raccoon. By the way, find out he's actually a raccoon from America, from North America. Now he can actually own
Yeah.
who he
I was kind of
actually
thinking
is.
maybe he was like some other planet that they found out that they had raccoons and they got him from there, but he's actually from Earth, so he's
Oh, it's just a bunch of
he's a Terran.
a Terran.
That's what they call in Guardians of the Galaxy, and actually throughout the
Oh,
whole
because this is like
universe,
Terra, right?
anyone from Earth is called a Terran.
Yeah.
Because they're you have to call it planet Terra because they're from other places. We Earthlings we call it Earth, so they don't call it
Right,
Earth.
of course they call it something
Everyone else in
else,
the
yeah.
universe that's all interacting, they go, yeah, that's Terran. So
Okay.
they're Terrans.
Is it Terran or Terra?
Terra maybe, yeah.
I think it's Terra, so you're Terran if you're
Yeah.
from Terra. Yeah, fucking Rocket, man. Listen, if I was not sitting next to you in the movie theater, if I was sitting there by myself, I'd just been bawling my eyes out.
Oh, yeah, I was
trying to
like-
hold my tears back so fucking bad.
Oh, I was crying. There were some tears coming out, and I was even like, I was all,
sad. I was like, be cool. You're in public. Don't cry.
yeah, that was horrible, man.
Rocket being fucking tortured. I actually didn't think they were going to show that because in the beginning, he was kind of when he got attacked and he was in like a kind of coma, laying on the little table. I was like, oh fuck, he's having a whole relapse dream about how horrible life was and how he became to be Rocket. I'm like, please don't show him being tortured. Please don't show him being tortured. In my head, I was
That
like,
was
I don't think I
horrible.
can handle it. And they fucking, I was like, oh my god, this is so terrible. And even Nebula was like, this is worse than what Thanos did to me. Like, for her to say that, I was like,
Yeah.
yo.
That's pretty
And,
bad.
and they're all watching it crying. They're like, why didn't he say anything? Because look at it. What the fuck? He couldn't say anything. He just wanted to relive it.
What I found interesting because Rocket in the movies is one of my favorite characters because of his comedy and there's some of the funniest lines are kind of like through him and and stuff. So the fact that he wasn't really in the movie, for the most part, like in his real form, not
Right,
young
he was in,
Rocket,
like, the
shows,
yeah.
and it was still a great movie.
Yeah.
Shows how much of a great movie it was because it was. I still loved it,
Especially, like,
and
considering
Rocket is
American
one of my
character.
favorite, people to watch in the movie. There's, it's all
Yeah.
of his lines he does, even in the first one from the beginning, when, he's talking about all the people, over there on
Oh, it's
whatchamacallit, and
When he
all-
was like looking on his
yeah,
phone
and
to
little
try and
screen.
see who's going to get
He's
the
like, look at
the
you,
bounty.
get up and walk on your own, and
That makes me hand it to you. I love that they all just kind of banded together as like a family to rescue him and save him.
yeah.
Because all you do, like I think Nebula said that she's like, you guys aren't family, like you guys aren't. What is it? You guys aren't friends. All you do is
Well, I was in the second
in
one,
the second one, right?
Yeah.
It's like you're not friends. All you do is like
All you gotta
yell
do
at
is
each
fight,
other and
you
argue.
fight
All you do
each
is
other, yeah.
fight. And then he goes, Drax goes, yeah, no, we're family.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn, yeah. So they really banded together as a family.
When it shows how
to save
far
him.
Gamora has come from that
Yeah.
to being like, no, I got to save my
To
family.
even call him family, because even there's a scene when Gamora was like, I'm family, and everyone's like, and so is he.
Yeah.
But it's like Gamora doesn't know that side of them being family because she hasn't been there. That's a different person. So it was like, for her to say that, I was like, whoa, that was powerful. Like, she
Well,
really
it shows the
took
trippy thing how like, because Gamora was like that before, and like
Yeah.
how Nebula kind of adopted her persona because Gamora was all about like, no, this is our family, you
Yeah.
know, and we got to protect it
Yeah,
and stuff, and
yeah.
now that's been missing. So,
she really took on
Nebula
that
really
role
took
and
that
like,
place.
but like embraced it fully. So and like she really.
The
like,
worst
that's family.
scene is in the movie though is with the otter. That's just like, oh, that was heart wrenching.
What when he's getting.
Spoilers, when he blasts the otter.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So he's got these
Rocket's
3
girlfriend.
friends. I know that was his
Well,
girlfriend.
in the comic
too.
book, that was his girlfriend.
Oh, really? Was it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
They were like totally like that's what people when they saw that they go okay, Rocket's love interest is
Yeah.
going to be in the movie and stuff, and they really didn't explore that. They were just more like buddies, but yeah, that was like his like girlfriend, like almost like wife, I guess, in
Okay.
in the comic books.
Yeah, because the second I saw her, I was like, oh, this is gonna definitely be his love interest.
Yeah.
So they've got 3. I guess he's got 3 friends. I guess you call his only friends. Do you remember their names? It was Floor, Teefs,
Chiefs.
and Layla.
Yeah, Layla.
Layla. I
Is it
kept
Layla?
thinking Lila.
It was
Is it
Layla.
Layla or
I
Lila?
don't remember now. It's weird.
It's one. It's one. That was like.
Those ones are easy to remember because they were being stupid on.
Yeah, because it was like, oh, okay, that makes sense of why you said that. She's like, I'm on the floor because I'm laying on the floor. I was
Yeah.
like, this is great. These are your friends, bro.
Yeah.
The scene when he gets out of the cage, and first of all, I'm over here like, move it the fuck along, bro. Like, what are you lingering for? He's looking around like, I was like, unlock the cages and let's dip. No, so she's fucking taking forever to unlock the cage, and then the second she says, "It's nice to have friends," gets fucking shot. I was pissed. Oh my god, I was sitting there and he's crying. It was like you felt that. I started crying. Oh,
that was for like inanimate. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
Cartoons, anything about animals, where they die and stuff like that just gets
slay
me.
Yeah, I'll see a person get like tortured and killed. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
that's the animal. I'm like, no.
Yeah,
Why does the animal have to die?
That was brutal, man.
And then all of his fucking friends died too.
Oh, that was like, I was like, come on.
What and she was like, we gotta go. What was she just like? Floor, Teefs, Rocket, leave. Floor, Teefs, Rocket, leave. She was like, can we get the fuck out of here? And they fucking die? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that was brutal.
I'm over here like, first of all, and then he scratches the guy's face up, which I'm all here for. Go Rocket.
That guy needed to go.
But you got a gun in your hand. Fucking kill him. Like, would he not have died if you shot him in the head?
Yeah, I guess so. But I think maybe that was a better torture. And then people showed up, so I guess he had to go. I guess So
That's what I was sitting there. I was like, shoot him in the head. Let's move on. Like,
Yeah.
really?
That was a great scene.
That was a great scene. It was so heartbreaking. Oh my
that
God,
shows why
he died.
Rocket is just so like when you see him, he's so angry,
Yeah,
and because
that's why he's so
he was
angry.
he went through hell.
It was horrible. He lost he had no life, and then he fucking lost all his friends. I'm like, fuck you, dude.
When it shows why he clinged so much to Groot, and why
Yeah.
that was so hard for him.
I was hoping that they would explore that relationship a little bit more, because I thought when I'm seeing them in the cage, and I'm like, oh, okay, he's gonna release all the creatures, and Groot's gonna be in there, and then that's how they became
Yeah, that'd
friends.
been interesting.
And then
Yeah, I
they
would like
escaped
to. I
together.
would have
Like,
liked to
that's
have
what I
seen
thought.
how they first met.
Yeah,
Groot
so I
and
didn't get to
Rocket.
see that. I was like, oh damn, where did Groot come from? Because they were like, they're family. Like they were.
Do you
ride or
remember like when they all got dusted and like Rocket was there with Groot when they got dusted, and Groot goes, "I am Groot," and then Rocket's like, "No, no," Do you know what Do you know what Groot said to Rocket? He called him Daddy.
Oh
Yeah.
really?
And then he got dusted, which made that seem more sad, because Rocket's like, "No," because
Jesus.
Groot was calling him Dad.
Oh fuck.
Yeah,
I'll break your heart.
yeah,
He's like, no, I can't lose someone else.
yeah. That was brutal.
My last friend.
Which makes it more sad because here, that's the thing. Things he keeps getting close with, keep dying.
Every time he gets close to somebody, he's fucking. But and that also makes sense. That's why he's kind of mean to everybody and angry to everybody all the time, because he's like trying not to get
Well,
close.
then he died in the first Guardians of the Galaxy too, and that's like poor Rocket, man. Rocket's had it rough.
Yeah, Rocket can't catch a fucking
Yeah, he can't
break.
get a break, man.
Damn.
That's rough.
I really thought he was gonna die in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, damn, Rocket's not gonna make this. And then I thought Drax was gonna die when he got shot twice.
Yeah, but I
was
think he has
like-
like tough skin, I guess, so.
Oh, okay, yeah. That first shot, I was like, oh, is he about to
I think
die?
in the comic book, he's kind of like indestructible almost.
Really? Okay.
He's a lot more stronger in the comic book.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Like
then that makes
super,
sense.
super strong.
Yeah.
So they make him kind of weak in the movies.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Because he literally got shot twice in the front and then the back, and then
If
the
I
next day he
remember-
was just walking around.
If I
and was
remember
like,
correctly, I think he has indestructible skin. So
Okay,
they
that
make
makes
him a
more
little
sense.
more vulnerable in
Okay.
this.
Yeah, that makes more sense. I like Drax. He's so great.
Yeah, Dave Bautista's awesome.
It's
He's
fucking-
awesome.
His comedic timing is really like solid.
Yeah,
it's, like,
anything he
dry
does with
and it just
Argonauts
works.
is
Yeah.
dope.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I was like, really? So there's some really great moments. I was like, what happened? Oh, when they're rescuing the kids, right? That race of kids on the ship, and then Drax actually can speak their language,
Yeah.
and then Nebula's like, why didn't you tell us you could speak their language? She's like, well, you never asked.
Yeah.
And it was like, and then she was like, I got to see you. You were meant to be a dad.
Yeah.
And it was like,
My favorite scene
Forgot
with
his
Drax, I
family.
think, in this one is when he's eating all the Zarg nuts and the
That's great.
Mantis asks for one. He goes, I'm sorry, we're
He's
out.
like, "Sorry,
then
there's
a
no
couple
more."
of seconds later, he's all,
it's like the bag's all crinkling aloud. It's like no, wait, there's one more. It's just like, what the fuck?
just like the scene too in was it Infinity Wars when like he's with watching Peter and Gamora make out and then he thought he was invisible because he was standing still eating the nuts. He hears all quiet eating them. He's like, no, we can see you.
Yeah,
you
we
know?
can see you, bro. We can definitely hear you too. Like, what the fuck, not being I thought it was kind of sad that Mantis, like everybody kind of dipped at the end.
Yeah.
Like, Mantis went on her own journey, which I guess she had to because she really, like, she mentioned that she had just been, she's never really had, like, made her own choices and lived her life for herself. She's just been living it for other people her whole time. So now she's like, okay, I'm going to go off on my own journey. Do you think she's going to have, like, her own movie? And
I don't know. I don't know if she could carry her own movie or not, the character itself.
I know, I'm not
'cause
sure. Unless they find, like, other...
I think he's wanted some kind of like, closure with all the characters.
Oh, just closure with this.
Because they said
yeah.
Peter Quill's coming back at the end, but I don't know what
they
else.
said Star-Lord's coming back.
Yeah. So I know they said the Guardians is over.
Yeah.
So maybe they're gonna.
They only said Star-Lord's coming back. They didn't say about
Maybe they'll bring him back in another series. Just as cameo stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering how they'll bring him back and in what format.
Yeah, in
'cause
what
I haven't
form-
heard anything about how they'll bring him back.
Yeah, I think it's like, and then when Gamora goes back to the Ravagers, it was, but I like how you say it's like this, almost like this closure for the audience. So you get to see, like, because we've always loved Gamora, even though we don't know her, we don't really like this version now. She goes back to the Ravagers, and you just see like this like slow motion, everybody's hugging, and it's like, oh, this is her family. She actually found her family, which is what she's been wanting. Even OG Gamora.
Yeah,
anyway.
there's still you're kind of happy for her, but still you got kind of sad because
Yeah,
she never
because not the family I
she never
wanted her
had-
to be with. But
Yeah, it's a new family. We got so used to her being with.
yeah.
the
So
other
then you're
guys.
like, okay, well, I guess at least she found home.
Yeah,
Like that's, and then Nebula-
bittersweet.
Yeah, bittersweet. Yeah,
Yeah,
and everybody kind of had their purpose. Great song at the end with the Dog Days Are Over, Florence and the Machine, and
yeah.
everybody
'Cause
starts singing the
that song's been so overplayed and stuff.
Oh, when it first came
then,
out,
and then
great.
I was like, oh
And
my
then I
god,
was
they're gonna
like,
play
okay.
this song. I really bragged like they're gonna play this
Really?
song. Oh yeah.
Oh, I got so
But
excited.
then when they started like get into it, like okay, this is
Yeah.
great. This is great. I was really kind of bummed at first, but then when they started dancing and
Rolling around
everyone's
like
getting
that,
into
this
it,
song,
then
yeah.
I was like, okay, I like it because I've just heard that song so many times.
Well, yeah, but a long time ago. I've heard it in
No, I hear it
years.
all the time.
Really?
Oh yeah, I just
What
like
world of life are you living here?
for some reason I just like I feel like I hear it a lot. So.
Okay, no, I haven't heard that song in a really long time. So I was like, oh,
So
the
I did
second
like
started,
it
I was like,
when it first came out.
I loved it when it first came out, but I definitely replayed it myself personally years ago. But that's why I got excited to hear it get. And the whole dance party at the end, I thought it was just really cool and really great for everybody.
Yeah, it was
Right.
great. It was a great
Yeah.
movie. I mean, definitely to me it's like a 10, top 5 Marvel movies of all time.
Top five.
Yeah,
top
it's in my top 5 for sure.
five. Wow.
For sure, my top 5.
Do you have? Can you tell us the other four?
I don't know. I know we've
Or a
talked about
few
this.
others?
Civil War is definitely one.
Oh God, yeah, I know.
Probably. I mean, Infinity Endgames. Those are both great. I don't know if I'd count those as 1 or 2.
I feel like I count that as one.
Yeah. Trying to think what
None
else.
of the Iron Mans.
None of the Iron Mans. I like them, but they wouldn't be in my top 5.
Really?
Yeah. Spider-Man, the one with everyone comes, back from different times. That's definitely in there.
Oh, okay. Which one was that? The
No Way
newest
Home, I
Spider-Man. No
think.
Way Home, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because I just, having been a fan of the other Spider-Mans,
I'll give you that.
it's just neat to see them
The
bring
Tobey
back different
Maguire
actors.
Spider-Mans are the only Spider-Mans in my mind that matter.
Yeah,
but
I mean, just like that's how I felt for for years about Michael Keaton. Who's always my the Batman to
Batman,
me and
yeah.
stuff. But then Christian Bale was okay. I just the voice was a little bit overdone.
I know, I thought that too a little bit.
But then when Ben Affleck, I was like, oh my god, how are they gonna make Good Will Hunting? Friggin'
Going through
Batman.
Batman.
But he was dope, man.
I love Ben Affleck.
Man, Ben Affleck is one of my favorite.
Yeah,
Batmans
I think so
for
too.
sure.
Actually, I'd put hands down one of my favorite Batmans.
But yeah, what was the
Marvel movies.
Oh, top 10.
None-
That's
Iron
probably
Man's.
a top 5. That's probably more than
Okay.
5, I think, already. But trying to think.
Not Captain
here.
America.
I like Captain America, the first one. Winter Soldier's really good.
Winter Soldier's really good.
But I like the Civil War just because they bring all the characters. One of
Okay.
my favorite scenes ever in any Marvel is when Ant-Man gets big for the first time,
Yeah.
and in the theater seeing that, they give me chills.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, oh my god, because I knew Ant-Man in the comic books could get bigger,
Right.
but I never thought that they would do that. He's always
Really?
doing
You
small,
didn't
yeah.
think that? Oh, okay.
So when he went big in the theater, I was like, oh my god, that's so
That's
dope.
hilarious. But you love Ant-Man. I feel like Ant-Man's one
Oh
of my
yeah,
favorite
Paul Rudd's
characters.
great.
Though. Yeah.
Paul Rudd's great.
I love Paul Rudd and I like Ant-Man. I don't love Ant-Man, so I couldn't really.
His movies are some of my favorites. I like all of his.
Those are the
movies.
ones I didn't even watch those when they were on the timeline of them all coming out. I didn't even actually watch them.
Even the last one that came out wasn't that great, but it was still good.
Oh yeah, but I like that one now too. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I
still
didn't
good.
start watching those till like way the fuck later in the timeline of the Ant-Man movies because I was like, whatever. It's like whatever. And then after watching, I was like, actually, these are really good.
Yeah, we have to have more discussions about breaking down the different movies and stuff.
Yeah, I
because-
kind of want to next time I have you on go into like the phases
yeah.
and your favorite phases and the storylines there because we could go on and on about that.
Yeah, you'd be here all day, but talking about
Yeah.
those.
But overall, yeah, loved Guardians. I thought it was really great. I know if I see it again or when I see it again, I'm just gonna prepare myself for full cry fest.
Great send off for James
watch it by
Gunn.
myself.
Not being
Yeah.
involved with the Marvel Universe anymore
Yeah, I
and going to
agree, yeah.
DC. He really went out with a bang. I
Yeah,
feel.
I think
and
so.
Did a great job.
It's a
and
really good closure, I think, too, for the audience.
I'm not a fan of necessarily the DC stuff, so I'm looking forward to see what he does with it.
Yeah, right. Me too.
So I liked Superman. The
I mean, The
Batman.
Flash is gonna be a fucking.
That
epic
one would be
movie.
good, and so Ezra Miller's a little bit too hokey for me for Flash, but
Really?
on certain things, there's certain parts that were good, but then there's it's like that's the DC just doesn't really have the good comedic timing and sense on a lot of their movies and stuff. But like
No, I'm
Aquaman
actually really
was good.
excited to see the. I'm really excited to see the new Flash.
They just
movie.
can't get it together as a whole to make a nice cohesive
Yeah, I don't
story.
know why.
Everything's just all over the place. It's like
And
their
DC
directors aren't talking to each other, doing their own thing. That's what
Yeah,
it
it's
seems
fucking
like.
weird. And I feel like we talked about this. DC's actually my favorite characters are DC characters. I like Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman more than I like the Marvel characters. But because those movies are better, those are the characters that I've had better relationships
Yeah, I grew up
with.
more watching, or watching cartoons that were involved in DC, like Super Friends, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of about it. And then, but collecting comics, I just collected pretty much solely, Marvel comics.
Okay, yeah. So you just grew up. Loving
Yeah, I
Marvel
grew up
more
on,
in general.
my majority of all my comics, were Spider-Man, Punisher.
Fucking love the Punisher.
Yeah.
Great.
So I had all the original Punisher stuff,
Epic.
So yeah,
'Cause he's like Batman with no money,
yeah, he's a
He's
poor
like
man's
broke
Batman.
Batman. Yeah.
And a little more psychotic.
I love that.
Yeah.
Even better. Yes.
Punisher's dope.
Yeah.
I was wearing Punisher garb. Now everyone's wearing it. Everyone's all
Oh, now it's
trying
cool.
to be,
Yeah. Now it's cool.
But I was like OG Punisher, man. No one had Punisher
you
stuff
were in
before
Punisher
me.
before it was cool to be into
I
Punisher.
remember even back when I ran this club back in the days. I mean, I made like myself everyone did jerseys, and I put my name on the Punisher, and I spray painted like a skull in the back, and people didn't know what it was.
Okay, cool.
They
So
thought I was
cool,
Psycho,
cool.
'cause-
Stop.
But they didn't had no idea what Punisher was, and now everyone knows.
Well, you are crazy, but that's a whole
I was
other
a original
conversation. Okay. I really feel. I only really know the show though, so I actually don't really know too much about the movie. Oh, perfect timing.
Yeah.
Hi. All right. Well, let's start our goodbyes here, Gia.
Yeah, that's
I
fun.
mean, I feel like it's been years I've known him, and I haven't gotten a chance to
has been years.
put you in front of the
camera.
camera and actually have
Yeah,
these nerdy
never in front of the camera.
conversations.
This
Yeah.
is a rare treat for you.
Yeah, it's a rare treat for the audience to enjoy. Thank you again for coming by.
fun.
Appreciate it.
Can I
Yes.
just talk more about stuff?
Yeah, let us know when you see Guardians of the Galaxy. Let us know your thoughts and what you think. All right. I guess
That's it.
that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Bye, everyone. Like, damn.